around here, but it was a good crack, and these guys really looking forward to it. Let's hope they find their way. And Simon, I hope you know where they're going.
Well, sort of. I think it's much harder for the jockeys as they step away for this Glenfarclas cross-country chase. I suppose the key factor here that this is not a handicap, and if it was a handicap, Garde Champetre would be conceding a lot more weight all round. Nina Carberry has already got him right round the inside. Nina always tries to go the shortest way around this course. It's a twisty, turny course. It's not all left-hand turns, there are right-hand turns as well. So to stick on the inside, you have to manoeuvre about a bit. And Fort George and Garde Champetre are very handy on the far side. Normally he's dropped out in that white cap. The red jacket is Gullible Gordon, near side Double Dizzy, and Wedger Party in behind those. They make their way towards the Aintree fence, which is the fence which they need to jump at an angle like the canal turn at Aintree. Held up at the moment in yellow towards the outside is Intac. So approaching Aintree now, and they'll just manoeuvre out wide and look to jump across. Here they go, Wedger Party going to take it in front there from Gullible Gordon. And then Fort George, Double Dizzy, Garde Champetre around the inside, Intac. And then Uncle Junior is held up as they race now downhill across the course, heading towards the next sequence of fences. And onto a rail fence and a hedge, and over that it was Wedger Party who led. Now crossing the racecourse proper, Double Dizzy second, Gullible Gordon, Uncle Junior, Garde Champetre, then Fort George, who was a little slow going into that, the Road to Croker and Intac at the back of the field. Next they have to take is the Timber Rails fence, just the 24 left to jump, and Wedger Party and Jacqueline Coward leading the way here, big outsider, Double Dizzy on the inside, disputing second with Gullible Gordon. As they now race right-handed towards the top of the racecourse. A couple of biggish hedges now to jump at the first of them. Wedger Party over in front, Gullible Gordon and Double Dizzy, Garde Champetre, and then after him is Uncle Junior, Intac, the Road to Croker and Fort George at the back, but they're well grouped together. Now the next hedge fence is taken slightly on the descent, and there's a bit of a drop on the landing side. So looking for a good landing here, these riders. Wedger Party comes in to take it over Double Dizzy, jumping up well in the light blue jacket, Gullible Gordon, then Garde Champetre, followed by Uncle Junior, Fort George, Intac and the Road to Croker. On to the next. And they jumped that one cleanly enough. Now they've got the bank in the middle of the racecourse, which they take a couple of times in different directions. And after this, it'll be the water jump, followed by the cheese wedges. So real variety of obstacles coming up. Wedger Party took it very well in the lead there. Leads by about 4 to Gullible Gordon and Double Dizzy as they race towards the water jump, which as ever is surrounded by spectators. Wedger Party, little drop to this water jump. Gullible Gordon over in second, Garde Champetre in third, then Double Dizzy, followed by Intac round the inside of Uncle Junior in the purple jacket, the Road to Croker in orange and white towards the back, and then Fort George in the red cap. Now the cheese wedges, up and down, up again. A little stumble from Wedger Party, but they all seem to handle it okay. Fort George just looking a little laborious at the back there as they complete their first circuit. The second circuit is a little smaller. Broadly they are in figure of 8, and then a final oval. Gullible Gordon from Wedger Party, Double Dizzy, Garde Champetre and Nina Carberry in fourth place. Intac is next on the inside, then Uncle Junior, the Road to Croker and Fort George. Now they're crossing the centre of the racecourse and heading towards the bank once again, taken in this different direction, racing perhaps slightly uphill here. Gullible Gordon and Wedger Party up first, Garde Champetre and Double Dizzy. Fort George was a bit slow on landing there and drops towards the rear of the field, but they're still very well grouped as they've gone a fairly steady, sensible pace. Gullible Gordon for the Paul Nicholls team and Wedger Party. Gullible Gordon and Harry Skelton leads here And a good jump there from Gullible Gordon, from Wedger Party. Garde Champetre is on the outside round this turn now. The outside of Uncle Junior. Uncle Junior, pretty fair staying chaser over in Ireland. Winner at Punchestown. Double Dizzy is right there as well as they jump the next. Gullible Gordon jumping beautifully at the moment. Really enjoying it. The Road to Croker just seemed to take a bad step at the back of the field under John Cullen there. So heading on, and it's still Gullible Gordon that leads the way. Fence there. Uncle Junior had to reach for it. Intact on the inside, a horse that really likes fast ground. And now they've got 11 left to jump and swinging right-handed. And so Gullible Gordon continuing to make it, and now clear by about 5 lengths as once again they head to the water jump, and then they'll swing in front of the stands for their last lap. Gullible Gordon and Harry Skelton, and Harry's pressing on a little bit here, trying to stretch them perhaps. Often these cross-country races have been a little bit slowly run all the way until the last few fences when the race is really on, but Gullible Gordon is serving it up to them at the moment. And another good jump there. What a sight. Double Dizzy in second, Garde Champetre in third. Uncle Junior's on the outside of the Road to Croker. After the Road to Croker, then at the next is Wedger Party, who's losing ground. Fort George and Intact is well out of touch. Now they're on to the final lap then as they race uphill now over the next few obstacles back towards the Aintree fence. And it's Gullible Gordon from Double Dizzy in second place, and then Garde Champetre over in third. Nina just having to give that a little kick in the belly there. Garde Champetre on landing. Uncle Junior, the Road to Croker, as they jump the next. And Gullible Gordon continues to sing along in the lead here from Double Dizzy in second. Uncle Junior, a stout stairs on the outside as they head towards the Aintree fence once again, and then they'll have 3 obstacles across the centre and back onto the racecourse for 2 more hurdles after that. This is 6 out. Gullible Gordon, can they get the angle right? Gullible Gordon right around the inside. Uncle Junior made a mistake and was wide there, and look at the ground that he lost. And it's Gullible Gordon and Double Dizzy now as they head back across the centre of the racecourse. 3 in a line here. The Road to Croker's there on the inside. Garde Champetre is manoeuvred to the inside. Nina Carberry looking for the rail run when they get back onto the racecourse, and normally he finishes very strongly. 3 out. Gullible Gordon, the Road to Croker and Double Dizzy. Garde Champetre is going to struggle here by the look of things. Uncle Junior in fourth. Garde Champetre has been pushed along and took a bad step, just a little slip on that bend now. At the second last, Double Dizzy rises first from Gullible Gordon, Uncle Junior and the Road to Croker as they race towards the final turn. Garde Champetre is trying to get back into it. He can normally storm up the hill, but Nina Carberry is hard at work, more so than usual. Double Dizzy leads them round the turn under Andrew Glastonbury, chased by in second Uncle Junior and Patrick Mullins, and here comes Garde Champetre on the inside to join in at the final fence there, and 3 in a line. Uncle Junior on the near side, Garde Champetre on the far side, making a real fight of it here with his fellow compatriot Uncle Junior and Garde Champetre. They race head to head and toe to toe up the hill. Uncle Junior's just doing enough, and Uncle Junior and Patrick Mullins goes on to win from Garde Champetre. Had a pretty troubled round, then Double Dizzy, Gullible Gordon, a gap to the Road to Croker, Wedger Party, and Fort George was last to finish. Looks as though Intact was pulled up somewhere out there in the middle of the racecourse. And so Uncle Junior, who we may be able to see again in a moment, at the 6th last, the Aintree fence, it looked as though Patrick Mullins had got that all wrong. And Garde Champetre here, he had a pretty troubled time as well. I think as they came round the turn onto the racecourse, he just seemed to take a little bit of a slip. That was my impression anyway, and that just knocked him back a length or 2. And from then on, Nina Carberry was just struggling to get there. In fairness, Garde Champetre had every chance at the last, but this Uncle Junior is a very stout stayer.